Hello, my beautiful beings, and welcome back to my channel. It's your girl, Missy Journey Divine, coming to you with another inspirational reading on this beautiful Monday evening. I hope that your weekend was beautiful and everything you desired it to be. Hopefully, we had a 3-day weekend, with today being MLK Day. Rest in peace, Martin. We still love you. We still acknowledge you. Your dream is still alive. Yes. How y'all doing out there in Neverland for my collectives? My soul beings living in a human experience? How's it been going for you? I have been going through some serious changes during this Mercury retrograde. I'm all over the place. I'm changing. I'm evolving. I'm being metamorphosized. I'm being challenged. I'm being challenged mentally, spiritually, physically. Test of faith. It's time to show spirit what our true strength comes from. Are we really ready for the war? Are we really ready for the fight? Are you really a chosen one? Or is it just a wish, a dream, to be like those you've seen? Is it calling in you? Is it of you? All around you? Or just experiencing someone else's experience? This year is a year of revelation. Things are being revealed to us. Some that we want to see, some that we don't. We're learning about those around us, good or bad, about ourselves, good or bad. I ain't gonna lie, I don't know about you, but the road to awakening and spiritual enlightenment and ascension, it ain't no joke. It's not easy. It's not easy. If you're truly on that path, then it's not easy. We go through physical changes in our body, mental changes in our mind, changes in our environment, how we see and perceive everything around us, our family, our friends, our children even. We question everything in our lives till this moment. Our choices, our regrets, our opportunities, our fears, and our doubts about change. We know that we are not in the popular group of society. Deciding to commit to this life, this change, this soul being, comes with many, many obstacles, many challenges, many moments of rejection and abandonment and loss and grief and fear and pain. But those of us who are truly chosen know it's at the end of the journey. Before we even see it, we see it. We know it. Before we physically see it, we see it. For all those who are jumping on that phrase, I see you. But we know that at the end of this, and I don't mean end because it's a never-ending new life. But we know when we get to the point where we've excelled in self-mastery and we are completely ready, the rewards, Spirit's rewards, Spirit's favor, Spirit's blessing, the heaven on earth that is promised to us is immeasurable. And greater than that we could ever earn. So we hang on, we hang in, we mend ourselves, we heal ourselves, we comfort ourselves. And we push forward. There's days you don't want to walk in your purpose. You don't want to help. You don't want to heal. You don't want to listen. You just want to be. Be. And when you get to that moment, take the time to be. Nothing else but just yourself. Take days off from this employment, because it's Spirit's job. Spirit is the employer. God is the employer. And we are the employees of Spirit, if that makes sense. But even too, in the workforce, there's sick days, personal days, emergency personal days, PTO. The difference is in this position, you have to give it to yourself. There's no boss to go to for permission. There's no paperwork to put in to get approved. There's no calendar to follow. So it's easy to lose the mindfulness to know when to take a break. Normally, by the time we find out, we're overwhelmed, exhausted. Some fall into depression and anxiety because the body is no longer grounded. We're no longer balanced and aligned because Spirit is trying to tell you, slow down and be still. Your cup is empty. You give away more than you can afford. And now you have to stop and refill. And that may take hours, days, weeks even. Just depending on how much energy you're willing to spend. You have to know when you've done enough for the time being. You have to know when to put in that PTO and just go and retreat and heal and mend and meditate and focus and breathe, beloved. You have to know when to breathe. You know, a lot of us that get on this newfound journey to ascension, like being a child, going to kindergarten on the first day. You have a teacher to direct you. Your schedule is made. You just follow along. And life seems to be not so hard as you thought it would be starting school. Soon you get comfortable being led. It's a schedule. You don't have to put in too much work. You just have to learn how to follow the rules. And that's it. It's laid out in front of you. When you get into this, it is not. There's no script. There's no map. Sure, there are many guides. You can get a mentor, join the coven, seek like-minded individuals, retreats. But at the end of the day, the purpose was given to you, and it's yours alone. Sure can call in resources to help you fine-tune your strategy, your routine, your rituals. But at some point, God is expecting you to fly with your own wings and get on your own path and soar to higher heights without the need to be led or guided or taught or directed or needing to follow someone else's map that was not yours to begin with. So what I'm saying is, while it's okay to keep that tribe family for support, for companionship, for unity, it feels good to be a part of something. But don't forget, you are a part of that something. Don't let that something become a part of you. Get what you need, but include what you have. If there's no room for that, that is not for you. That is not where you belong. That is a pyramid scheme with hierarchies. You'll never get to the top because that's already taken. Now you're a follower, a fan. To be seen and not heard. One of a number. So when you seek out these groups, these people, these places, these things, for knowledge, for support, for learning, be careful. The best advice I can give you, the best channeling advice I can give you is, when you know it's the right place for you and when Spirit sent it to you, when it's divine timing, when you're in the right place at the right time, when you're recognized as an individual and not just groups together as one body. 20 bodies cannot be one body. I don't care what they tell you. It's simple math. It don't happen that way. Every individual in a group on a spiritual ascension, who are already spiritually gifted, just looking to fine-tune their gifts so that they can grow in their gifts and the gift can become who they are. Everyone has something different to offer. No two gifts are the same because no two people are the same. They will not function equally. Therefore, 20 people in a group are 20 gifted people, which bring 20 different perspectives to the group. They all need to be cultivated, supported, challenged, acknowledged, separately. Stop believing you are not complete in who you are because you have room to grow. At some point, as a child, we stop growing into another. We stop growing. We don't grow forever till death. At some point, you stop growing, but the brain constantly has the ability to gain new knowledge. It doesn't mean you're not fully a complete grown person. You just constantly have room to make that completeness bigger, powerful, more stronger. It doesn't mean you're incomplete because there are things you don't know. Light a little of this instant because my spirit is telling me to do so. Add a little protective qualities in our air, in our surroundings, in our environment. We ask Spirit to continue to keep out all negativity as we're on this path of enlightenment. There will always be someone will not be happy that you are. And you can tell who those someones are. They're the people I'm speaking about. The people that allow you in and don't allow you to talk unless given permission. You have to work your way up. Start from the bottom. Like you're in kindergarten, trying to graduate from college. As if your brain is incomplete until they say. You were not born, you did not emerge from the womb already chosen. Spiritual abilities and gifts are not acquired. We come into this world with them already. So if you're in a place in your journey where you feel like no matter what you choose, no matter who you choose, no matter where you go, you don't feel like you're really moving. You've gone to the retreats, you read the books, you do the rituals, you take a class, you join a Zoom, you're in all these places, all these like-minded people, but you're not getting what you need because you're still looking. It's because you don't know your own value. You don't know your own self-worth. You don't know thyself. And there will be people out there, spiritual people, yes, who operate in the egoic selves, yes, who are looking for someone just like you. Not sure of who they are. Not sure they want to be who they are. Not sure how to get recognized, because recognition may be most important. That could be a reason. I digress. Be careful, collectives, chosen ones. Be careful. Looking for something outside yourself to complete you. Because it will find you. It will find you. It will use you. It will drain you. It will not feed you, nourish you, exalt you, acknowledge you. Why would it put you higher than, or give you the ability to come higher than itself? Because it doesn't know how high you can really go. And it doesn't intend on letting you figure that out. And one of the most clear signs of being in this type of group is if you're in a coven with multiple witches, wizards, warlocks, hoodoo, Ifa, whatever group you in, whatever you follow, practice. And everyone, every single person is following the same exact order. We're all doing the same rituals at the same time. We're all going to the same places at the same time, doing the same things. Everything is in sync. It follows a schedule. And it follows. If everyone follows, whoever's at the top. Because you believe they've been somehow blessed by spirit to be higher than you, more than you, more important. Spirit doesn't work that way. Spirit doesn't work that way. The only hierarchy that God, Goddess, Allah, Ra, Jehovah, whatever you call the highest elevation of spirit, is the only hierarchy there is in the universe. In the human body, human form, there's no hierarchy. We're all in the same form, same human flesh. We're the same. None here is ascended there. Now, some of you may disagree with what I'm saying. I simply don't care because I'm not a fan or a follower. It doesn't matter. You can go with the flow or not. Your truth is not my truth. My truth is not your truth, obviously, and we agree to disagree and let it go there. Peace be still. That's a human experience. Because we're both humans, I can do that with you. That's not a position I take with God or my ancestors who have truly ascended to mastery. Mastery in human form is a perception based on one's abilities or what they can make happen. That's what humans believe. Oh, she can do this. I can't do that. They must be a master. No, she can do this. You can't do this because what you can do, she can't do. You are not the same. That's all that is. And they work longer at perfecting their skill. That's what you need to do. But you'll never do exactly what anyone else does. And that shouldn't be something that you aspire to do. God made you authentic, original. There's only one of you. And that's a miracle in itself. There's no one else like you that looks like, there's no one like you on the face of this earth. Billions of people, it's only one of you. That's a miracle. That's a miracle of God. And in that one, that only, that you, there's things that no one else can ever do. All you need to do is know thyself. What makes you you? What are you good at? What do other people see you good at? Because when they see you good at something, people only see you good at something when they can't do it. That's a clue. That's a sign. So what do people see you good at? What do you want to be good at spiritually? That's your focus. That's your agenda. Learn to master that. Because no one else wants to do that but you. So how can anyone else teach you how to do it if they don't know it? You're the only one that knows. It's deep. No one else can know that. Community is very important. It's part of the purpose. That's where you do your hard work at, in the community with the people. Community is important because that's what the work is on. That's where the rewards come from. Giving, generosity, generosity of the spirit, of the soul, of the mind, of the heart. You give from that. Your voice, your hands, your eyes, your lips. And yes, my ladies, even the flow of your hips has spiritual manifestations that come with it. Children are born from the womb. Hips are what are used to protect the womb. Your hips are magical. Yes. Many cultures, dance rituals are done for the dead, for the living. It's the reason why body movement and dance, movement of, it connects to spirit. So what this whole video was trying to say is, for those who started on your awakening last year, early in the winter last year when I started, and you feel like you have so far left to go, all you have to do is go around the corner and run into yourself. If you stand in one spot and do a 360, you always come right back to yourself. Where you started is where you stand. It's you that you have to learn. It's you you have to believe in. It's you you have to trust. %99 of the time, what they're teaching you, I found, you can find it. Spiritual books, videos. There's no new idea. Everything is out in the world. They just learned how to perfect teaching it. They're not the master, the maker of it. They're not the, Spirit, give me the word. They're not God. They're not where it started. They were not there in the beginning. Hundreds of thousands of years ago, my ancestors, they were not there. They learned to master teaching it while they're here. That is their ability. They teach. That's their gift. But you have to use your mind, use your discernment to know their gift is teaching. They're not God itself. They're not the practice. They're not the laws. They're not the answers. They're not the rules. They're not the ground, the foundation. They weren't part of that making. Their skill and ability is to teach. Don't envy their skill. Because it is not your skill. If you're gravitating towards them teaching, then your skill is actively listening. If your skill is actively listening, those are the skills of a counselor, a coach. That may be your gift. Sit and listen. People always look for people to just listen. Everyone can't teach. Everyone can't teach enough doesn't make the teacher any better than the student. Everyone's not a student. At the same time, we all awaken differently. There must be both for there to be balanced. It's just there for balance. It's not there to be worshipped, coveted, envied. Those gifts you give yourself that you deserve. For either coming into a part of your life when you realize that you need to awaken. Well done. But have you applauded yourself even for that when many don't? Recognize who you are. Because you are a star, beloved. You are a star. And God wants you to know, and this is your message, Spirit wants you to know that you're a star and you've fallen short on yourself. Based on all the signs and synchronicities and symbols to let you know you are. You may be pulling them in your daily pull of tarot. They're trying to show you that you're already enough. But you still doubt yourself and your gifts because you feel they haven't manifested yet fully. But you're not even sure yet what they are. That's because you spent too much time watching others to find out what your gift is, and not with yourself alone. So you can hear Spirit tell you what it is. Maybe you haven't worked on your dream ability. In your lucid dreaming, you're not getting downloads, so Spirit can show you your path. Maybe you don't meditate enough to hear the voices. Maybe you don't go out in nature enough to read the signs that are being put in front of you. You're too busy living in the human experience, and most people are. We know we have bills and jobs and all things. I'm not taking that away from you. That is also important. But that is not your first priority. So while you're doing all that, falling for man's control over your life and everything else that you make, Spirit has not been able to get to you enough to let you know where you should be. So you're looking to find it in other people that you're hoping will tell you. Those people only tell you as much about yourself as you tell them. As you show them. As you allow them to see. But Spirit has the ability to show you who you are and were before you even arrived in this lifetime. Therefore, giving you a hallmark picture of your past lives, your past gifts and abilities that you brought here with you, and a more definitive picture of who you are. And Spirit's not worried about you trying to be bigger than Spirit. So it only tells you what it wants you to know. It's in a coven. Coven was not built to allow people in to excel the head. And that tells you enough right there in itself. What do we have here that fell out? Blame. I take responsibility for myself. I would take responsibility for my own well-being. And what have I talked about? Taking responsibility for yourself. That's what the whole reading message is about. Taking responsibility for thyself. Well-being holistically. Mind, body, and soul. And stop blaming all these things you're doing this spend money on being a waste of time and money because you're still where you started. The blame is not theirs. You're back where you started because that is where you were supposed to be in the beginning. It begins and ends with you. Regret. I know that I cannot change the past. What Spirit saying to you? Money was spent, the time was spent, you didn't get what you wanted out of it, but that's okay too. Everything is for experiences or for lessons. And don't hold on to your regret about what you put in and didn't get enough out, because that time is past. And the past cannot happen again, so let it go and learn as you go forward to make better choices for you. Guilt. I release any beliefs that no longer assist me in my soul's growth. Belief that you are not enough. Belief that you're not complete. Belief that you need to be led. Belief that you're supposed to be a follower. Belief that you are a number and not special. Belief that you're lonely and you're not. You're with spirit, you're never alone. Belief that you should be further on your journey than you are. Says who? Only person in this race is you and spirit. And spirit done giving you a big head start. And is patient with you. Not holding you to a scoreboard. Balance. I bring a state of perfect harmony into my world, and I do so without judgment. Spirit says, don't care about what others think about you or how far you are along in your journey. Oftentimes we get into groups and we see people that are farther along, or we believe are farther along than we are, and we feel like we're not doing enough, we're not doing it often enough, we're not focused, we're not grounded, when I look in the mirror, the only person I see is myself. When I had a conversation with myself about how I'm doing, I sit in front of a mirror and we talk about how we're doing. My human self and my spirit self that I see in my image. I see right through me. I talk to the other me. And yes, it might sound crazy to some of you because you don't have to do it because it's not your thing, but I'm not you and you're not me, and that's not your gifts. Try it. Sit in front of a mirror, a conversation with yourself about things you've never told anyone. And see how you feel about it. That's your only place of judgment. Because as you talk, spirits in the room, listening. You're not even alone then. Fear. I realize that I am testing my resolve to live in the energy of love. You may be afraid. During this awakening, I lost love. I lost friends, family, and not in passing. I just decided they're not good for my wellness. And I love them still, but they're there and I'm here. And I make sure they're well and I'm healed. Spirit is saying, you may be alone and you may be fearing that you'll always be alone. You won't have that love, that support that you need. But you will when you stop fearing it that you don't. Because if you fear, you believe you don't, and belief and don't, and God says what you believe, that He makes your belief your reality. Your belief is your reality. So if you fear it because you don't have it, you tell yourself, I don't have it, you don't have it. You manifest that. So get out of that mindset. Get a mindset of knowing what you have and believing what you have and seeing what you have and watching it appear. Failure. I understand that a mistake is only an opportunity to learn. We talked about failure and regret. You spent your money, you put your time in, you did that thing and it didn't work out, and now you think you failed. No such thing as failure because there's no such thing as time. Time is a belief, a mystical belief. We don't know day and night because the sun and the moon rises. So we figured out the truth at times a day. But it's all relative to how you perceive it. Some people, in which hour is their daytime, that's when they're up. And you can't tell them no different. Failure is just a perception of your mind. Success is what you see. If you see success, that's what it is. Because you said so. As simple as that, beloved. Speak it. Believe it. Empathy. I am open to seeing both sides of a situation. You're an empath. I might have said that earlier, but I know it's on to empaths. You feel. We feel everything so strongly. Feelings often take over every other emotion, including logic, because empaths, we were born to feel. If we didn't have the spirit of being an empath, we'd not be able to fulfill our purpose, which is to heal and help others. You couldn't heal and help others if you were empathic. But acknowledge that that is a trait, a characteristic. That is not who you are in total. You have other traits and other characteristics. And they all deserve the same equal amount of praise. So see both sides of you, light and dark. And embrace both sides. Don't feel like you constantly have to be an angel to be walking in your purpose. God created all angels, and I believe Lucifer, who is the demon devil, is an angel, was an angel too. So God is a duality. Because you can only create that which you are. So as he's a duality, so are you, and so are we. Embrace both sides. Love your dark and your light. Love the ability to say no as much as you love the ability to say yes. With no guilt and no fear and no shame. It's necessary for balance. And with the final card being acceptance, I'm learning to accept the things that I cannot change. Know what you can't change? Who you were sent here to be. You can ignore it. You can not feed it. You cannot exalt it. You cannot master it. You can act like it ain't you. But guess what? It's still you. And everything you do, act, and say will be a reflection of that. Whether you want to or not. The only difference is will reflect you in acceptance of who you are, or reflect you in denial of who you are. And which one do you want to manifest from? As simple as that. Embrace your weirdness. Embrace your true self. Embrace, I like to wear black. I paint my fingers black. My nose is pierced. Embrace yourself in your rawness. And know that there's still spirit working through you. Because I can go heal somebody in a black robe, to sting back and heal them in a white. I'm calling on spirits. And whichever ones I choose to go on to use, they are still at my disposal. That is still coming from me. I am still who I am, no matter which side I choose to use. And who I am inside, whether I acknowledge it or not, is manifesting every moment of my life. Whether I choose to be authentic or not is what makes it easy or hard to live with. For others to live with. For me to live with others. 2023 in this year, Spirit is challenging you to put yourself higher than you did in 2022. Regardless of the place you believe you are in your journey. The challenge is, can you lift yourself higher? Can you go to that retreat? Join that group. Go on that website. Can you be a part of something and know that you have brought something that they need and you are not just there to get something you need? Can you trust in yourself enough to speak up? To speak out? to speak against if necessary. And take off the mask about needing to be accepted or a part of. And in doing so, I must be quiet and in the corner and seen, not heard, just taking notes, just writing, just absorbing. When you know your mind has something wants to say, but you just won't speak up, then you're in the wrong room, in the wrong place. Go back to your mirror and have a conversation with yourself. This year, we will not be small. This year, we will be seen and heard and valued by everyone around us. We will not sit in rooms where we expect us to be quiet. Not sit in rooms where we're not sure why we were invited. Not sit in rooms where they're just waiting to give us a receipt because we paid to be there. And if they go around the room, they couldn't even call what your name was because they don't even know who you are or why you're there. They appreciate you came and supported. This year, the challenge is to be someone. To be someone. To be someone. And not just something. And that's all I have for you for this channel message, beloveds. The year just started. It's still early. We have so much more life to live. Springtime is when the true blessings and our true selves will spring forth. Are you ready? Have you changed your wardrobe, changed your hair, changed your appearance to look different, to sound different? No? Then they won't recognize that you are. So be afraid to make the changes that go through your mind. I want to color my hair. I want to cut my hair. I want to change. But, you know, what they're going to think. Do it. Stop wearing that old self. Shed that old skin. Who are you? We want to see you. In all your glory. In all your strength and confidence. Wear it. Wear it. Like, share, subscribe to the channel, beloveds. I would appreciate your support in moving this video through the algorithm. I come to speak. It's where I come to give energy. I would like to reach others, to see how many of us can actually rise this year and possibly come together at some point. Enjoy the rest of this Monday as we wind down. It's nighttime and the sun is set. Think about what I said. While it's still early in the year, decide which you really want to show back, want to show up as. When spring blossoms and all comes out into the earth, who are you wanting to show up as? Let it be beautiful. Let it be great. Let it be authentically you. Look forward to meeting you and seeing you and hearing from you in my comment section by email. I love the comments and I appreciate the love. Beloveds, you bless me. You energize me. You keep me going. And I love you for your support. I love you for your support. If you're interested in my Oracle decks that I sell, they are available. The link is below. MakePlainCards.com/sell/Divinity House 1333. You'll see the link. You can check them out. Inspired channel messages. easy to discern for your personal readings or for your beloved clients, whatever you call them. Have a great week ahead. Thank you. For as within, so without. As above, so below. Until we meet again, beloveds, thank you for coming. Have a great night. Ashe.